Welcome to the Running Network Show. Join us each time as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great sport.
Hi, we're here at the Dexter Ann Arbor Run, and we're at Running Fit, where author Chris Lear just launched his new book, Sub 4. Chris, you had a pretty good crowd today.
There was a great turnout. I'd like to thank Running Fit for sponsoring the event today and helping get the book kicked off to a nice start. A lot of people seemed enthusiastic about it, and I'm looking forward to really hearing what people think about the book.
Well, Chris, we don't want to give away the plot, but can you talk just a little bit about what Sub 4 is about?
Absolutely. I came to Michigan last spring to spend 4 months with Alan Webb and the rest of the Michigan runners, including Tim Breaux, Kevin Sullivan, Nathan Brannon, amongst others, but mainly Alan Webb, to see how his freshman year would unfold at the University of Michigan, and to really write the story of that season.
And it had a little bit of a surprise in terms of what Alan did after the season.
Sure. I mean, Alan going pro, I can't say in my mind it was wholly unexpected. I had an inkling that before I did the project that he might compete one season and then be done. And I think for me that was part of the appeal, was if that was the case, I didn't think that it would be really feasible to get close to him in the future. So the timing seemed right for the project. But yes, he did elect to go pro after the season. So it's a unique snapshot in his development and career, I think.
In his short college career, as it turned out.
Yes, very short.
Now, speaking of college, your first book, Running with the Buffaloes, was kind of an unexpected success. And in that one, you followed the University of Colorado Buffaloes through a cross-country season. Can you comment a little bit on that one, too?
Sure, yeah. It's been a joy to see how many readers have favorably responded to that book, and how they've said that it might have inspired them in their running, and even events besides non-runners have been equally as supportive of the book after having given it a read. So I've been very pleased with that, and already I've seen people today who read that book saying, I'm willing to give this one a chance. So as an author, that makes me really feel like I accomplished what I set out to do in that first one in Running with the Buffaloes.
Well, you have an unusual perspective in that you actually spend a lot of time with the same people, and that comes through, and we all feel like we get to know them a little bit better. Who are some of the other people who appear as the cast of characters in Sub 4?
I'd say the most compelling for me is certainly Ron Warhurst. If Ron Warhurst wasn't agreeable to me coming out here and writing this book and having total access to his team, then it never would have happened. And I found Ron to be a really fascinating coach and a fascinating person with a really unique background, a Vietnam veteran, a decorated Vietnam veteran with 2 Purple Hearts and a Navy Medal of Commendation. And to see how that's really influenced his coaching style was very intriguing to me. And certainly Kevin Sullivan and Tim Breaux, 2 of the brightest lights in North American professional running, to see what motivates them, what makes them tick, and then put that all around Alan Webb, and who really was kind of the star, so to speak, of the season last year, and everyone was really comparing themselves relative to what he was doing. It was a pretty unique mix.
Well, in the meantime, since Alan has left, Nate Brannon has emerged as the star with Nick Willis right behind him. What can you say about Nate?
I've been very, very impressed with Nate. I think people may buy the book to find out about Alan. I think they're going to learn a whole lot about Nate in the process, and I'll be surprised if they aren't very impressed with what they see. Like Alan, Nate was a sub 4-minute miler in high school. Like Alan, he had a lot of struggles and a lot of ups and downs in his freshman year, but I think he handled them with aplomb, and he's certainly a bright light for North American running for years to come.
Running Fit, serious footwear for serious events. We look at your feet, your goals, then fit you in the right shoes. Go to runningfit.com to find one of our 7 Michigan locations.
Chris, you're quite a sought-after writer. You've done interviews with quite a few people, including one of our own, Dathan Ritzenhein, and folks in Michigan would love to hear a little bit about what you think of Dathan.
I think Dathan is a phenomenal young man. I think we're in a renaissance era, a boom time for American distance running. I think it's on the swing, and I think a lot of it can be directly attributable to the success that Alan Webb and Dathan Ritzenhein had. They really set the bar at a higher level for all high school runners. And Dathan is I think he made a good move going out to the University of Colorado. And I think he's got a great head on his shoulders, and I certainly think the sky's the limit for him just as it is for Alan and Nate.
And one of the things that I think is interesting about your writing is you have the insights of someone who's running college at a pretty high level. How's your own running career going?
I had an up and down collegiate career. I did earn All-American once in 1994 in the distance medley relay. I got down to about 4:04 in the mile, or 3:47, 3:48 in the 1500. And so it wasn't quite where I thought I'd end up. I ran 4:09 in high school, and I thought I might improve a little more than I did. But I think from a writing standpoint, having been, in a sense, close to their level and having competed on the collegiate level really helped me to understand what they were going through and hopefully convey to my readers what they're feeling and emotionally, physically, and the whole ball of wax, so to speak.
What sort of writing projects are on your horizon now that Sub 4 is out the door?
I'll continue to do some freelance writing for various magazines and publications, but as far as another book project goes, I'd really like to see how this one does. I'd like to see if people respond to this, and certainly if it sells, that's really key to getting another contract, really. And but right now I'm really going to focus on some other endeavors, on some other projects, my own career outside of running and running writing, and I'm leaving the possibility open down the line to pursue something else, but there's no imminent book on the horizon.
Well, Chris, it's a treat to see you back in Ann Arbor after your time here, and we appreciate your taking the time to talk with us today.
Thanks so much for the time. I really enjoy what you guys are doing, and I just had a great time here, so it's good to be back and to visit all my friends here in Ann Arbor.
So, read the book, Sub 4 by Chris Lear. You can find it several places, including Running Fit in Ann Arbor. And goodbye from the Dexter Ann Arbor Run.